few days ago, two Liberal Party politicians, Senator Andrew Bragg and MP Dave Sharma, had some strong words to say. They Vote For You is a hyper-partisan website which is full of lies. Disinformation is a growing plague on our political house. The tweets referenced an article that was published in the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age, where they basically said that they're trying to shut down a transparency website through regulatory and legal action. The website they're attacking is theyvoteforyou.org.au. It's a not-for-profit website that tries to solve a simple problem. How did a particular federal politician, regardless of political party, actually vote in Parliament? Now, this kind of information should be easily accessible, but it isn't. It's very time-consuming to try and find out how someone voted. Let's take Andrew Bragg for instance. If you wanted to find out whether he voted against a federal anti-corruption body, then you would need to trawl through what's called the Hansard. The Hansard is a public record of what happens in Parliament. Each day of Parliament can generate hundreds of pages of proceedings, full of parliamentary jargon and confusing procedures. First, you'd need to find the legislation in question, and in this case, that's the National Integrity Commission Bill. Once you know that, you then have to find the relevant Hansard report, and then find where in that day they spoke about this particular bill, and then find the vote itself. Once you do all that, you'll finally see that Andrew Bragg in fact voted against the anti-corruption bill. This is where They Vote For You comes into play. It's much easier to see on this website that Andrew Bragg voted against the bill, as well as all the other times that he tried to stop an anti-corruption bill from being passed. Now, the website isn't perfect, and the challenges come from the unnecessary complexity of Parliament, but it is absolutely a step in the right direction. We need to be able to see how politicians actually vote, and that's especially the case with fake moderates like Dave Sharma. The reason I think he hates this site is because it exposes the fact that he always votes in line with the likes of Barnaby Joyce, Scott Morrison and Peter Dutton on every single issue. But hang on, that doesn't make sense. He portrays himself as being passionate about things like climate change, and it's a top policy for him according to his website. In fact, if we go into his full policy, he mentions his support for a 2050 net zero target. So then it would be really annoying if there was a website that easily showed how Dave Sharma voted in Parliament. For example, on the 25th of October, Dave Sharma voted yes to shut down a motion in support of legislating a 2050 net zero target. And on the 18th of October, he voted against a similar motion. And it would be really annoying if it showed that on the 27th of October, he voted yes to shutting down debate for the climate change bills that were introduced by independent Zali Steggall. This wasn't a vote to pass the law, it was just to debate it, so that at least some conversation takes place. And given that the narrative being pushed is that this website is full of lies, here is that same vote in the Hansard. And there's Dave Sharma, voting absolutely in line with Barnaby Joyce, Scott Morrison and Peter Dutton on the very issues he claims are his priorities. Politicians who truly care about transparency wouldn't be attacking a website that collates public voting data. Instead, they would be coming up with better ways to get this information published. But transparency isn't good for Dave Sharma's image. He wants to be able to tell his constituents that he cares about their concerns, while not voting to prove it.